Jim in South Bend, Indiana writes to me and he says, "Hi, Paul. Love the videos in the format. Keep them coming." All right, sir. Audiophiles talk a lot about room treatments, managing the first reflections, like we've done over there, and treating the corners comes up a lot. But what I don't hear much about is how people can treat the ceilings in their listening rooms, okay? It seems like the ceiling is the largest untreated flat surface in almost every room that nobody talks about. My listening room has a beam along one side in such a way that I could install box beams, make it a tray or a compartmented ceiling, or even install a grid for drop tiles without making the room feel smaller. I love to hate drop ceilings, but the prospect of installing sound-absorbing tiles is starting to grow on me. On the other side of the coin, I know that acoustical engineers intentionally put clouds in auditoriums and other sound spaces for reflection and not absorption or diffusion. What's the right balance for a ceiling? Well, there is probably as much debate about acoustics in the room as anything. Well, no. That debate would probably be more towards cables, but in any case, I think that there's a lot of opinions. I know there are a lot of opinions running around about that. Now, in my case, you can see what we've done is, because we were able to build this room from scratch, we put in a very tall ceiling. Because the taller the ceiling, the better chance you're going to have of eliminating problems acoustically for the speakers. So you have two large surfaces you have to deal with. The floor, which we normally just put carpet on, which doesn't do much for anything other than higher frequencies, and the ceiling, and you've got bouncing going back and forth. Now, these speakers are pretty much okay with any kind of floor or ceiling bounce because they create a cylindrical waveform that comes out, and you don't get a lot of top and bottom, and because they're a dipole, you don't get any sidewall interactions. So this room's kind of a little unfair. But in general, unless you have a very low ceiling, I recommend leaving the ceiling alone. Some of the treatments that I've seen that are quite good in rooms, and there again is a lot of debate about it, but if I were to put anything into the ceiling, the last thing I would do would be to drop ceiling, because that's only going to affect very high frequencies. You might as well just put a carpet up there. I would never have a drop ceiling in my room. If you've seen those undulating waves, this company here, Vicoustic, makes some undulating waves. There's a number of them that do. If I had to do it, I would certainly make those curvy wave surfaces that go along the ceiling. That would be my choice. Again, I prefer as little room treatment as possible. I like my room to be a little bit live. You can hear in my voice, it's a little live. But pretty much as I walk around, it's very consistent. Point of first reflection on both sides, where the tweeters first hit the wall and then come over in a delayed action to your ear. That's been taken care of by those simple abfusers. And that's, again, from a company called Vicoustic. But there's a number of companies that make it, or you can make your own. So for ceilings, I say leave it alone. But if you do get the itch, do those undulating panels. I think those are the best that I could recommend. Okay, good luck with your project. Talk to you later.